2,500-year-old princess mummy with modern tattoos, found in Siberia, shocks archaeologists. In 1993, the perfectly preserved 2,500-year-old mummy of a woman, frozen in eternal ice and untouched by tomb raiders, was discovered by archaeologists in the Ukok Plateau of Siberia, Russia. The archaeologists stated that the tomb was remarkably complete and unusual, leaving them astonished at the body's superb preservation, to the point that the ice surrounding the tomb had not melted since it froze thousands of years ago. This discovery immediately attracted global attention from researchers and the public. The woman was later referred to as the Princess of Ukok, or the Ice Maiden, becoming one of the most important archaeological finds of the 20th century. Based on the dating and evidence found, experts believe she belonged to the Pazyryk culture, an ancient civilization that flourished in Siberia. Evidence of this lies in the fact that her mummy was discovered with intricate tattoos, which were common in Pazyryk culture and represented the unique aesthetic beauty of that era. However, what makes this tomb particularly special is not only the mummy itself, but also the way she was buried. She was interred with 6 horses, a very rare occurrence for women in this culture. In this society, only individuals with special roles, such as shamans or spiritual leaders, were buried with horses to accompany them to the afterlife. One of the most compelling theories suggests that she may have been a shaman. This theory is further supported by chemical tests that revealed traces of mercury and copper in her nostrils. It is possible that she inhaled these substances to expand her consciousness and enter a trance-like state as part of spiritual rituals. Additionally, medical analysis revealed that the Princess of Ukok was not only a tall woman, but also in very poor health towards the end of her life. She was suffering from terminal breast cancer, which could explain her frailty and weakened state before she passed away. Despite her severe illness, she was not abandoned, but was taken along by her family during their migration to the highlands of Ukok for livestock grazing. Notably, the archaeologists also discovered cannabis in her tomb, which may have been used to alleviate pain from her cancer and other injuries. Although her exact identity remains a mystery, this mummy has become a symbol of an ancient culture and a valuable resource for researchers to better understand the lives, beliefs, and art of the Pazyryk people. After more than 20 years of being displayed at the Novosibirsk Archaeological and Ethnographic Museum, the mummy was transferred to the Gorno-Altaysk National Museum in 2012, where the public continues to have the opportunity to admire and learn about this enigmatic woman. After hearing this story, you're probably intrigued, right? But lucky for you, this isn't everything I want to share in this video. There are still many other mummies with even more fascinating and mysterious stories that have been discovered by archaeologists around the world. So, which mummies are those? Where were they found? Let's explore them right now. 300-year-old mummy of mother and son, found in church crypt. In 1994, during the restoration of the Dominican church in the town of Vac, Pest County, Hungary, an unexpected archaeological discovery occurred. Workers accidentally uncovered a crypt containing more than 250 bodies, all dating back about 300 years. Immediately, an archaeological team was called in to study the find, and among the mummies discovered, 2 attracted special attention. These were the mummies of a 38-year-old woman named Veronika Skripets and her 1-year-old son, Johannes Orlovits. Over the years, the story of this mother and son has continued to captivate interest. However, it wasn't until April 2016 that scientists from the Orange County Global Medical Center in California conducted an in-depth autopsy on their mummies to understand their lives and the cause of death. At that time, anthropologist Ildiko Sikosi from Hungary shared that the autopsies would help us better understand the hardships they faced in life, especially the high child mortality rate when antibiotics and vaccines were unavailable. This means that thousands of children suffered and died from diseases that had no effective treatments. The story became even more compelling when scientists used modern technology, such as CT scans, to analyze the mummies. The CT scan results revealed that Veronika Skripets showed signs of tuberculosis, with clear scars in her lungs, and that the cause of her death in 1808 was also due to this disease. As for the 1-year-old Johannes Orlovits, he appeared to be a well-nourished, healthy child before his sudden death, possibly from dysentery, a disease caused by bacteria leading to severe diarrhea. Sadly, Veronika was not the only mother to witness the early death of her child. She had 3 children, but none survived past the age of 2. The discovery of the mummies of this mother and son was part of a larger find in the Dominican church crypt, which contained over 250 mummies from the 1700s and 1800s. These mummies were well preserved due to the dry, cool environment in the crypt, allowing them to retain many perfect details, including hair, skin, and clothing. Archaeologists were astonished when they opened the coffins and found that the soft tissues had not decomposed, a phenomenon typically only seen with skeletons. The mummies of the mother and son were displayed at the Bowers Museum in the World's Mummies exhibit in 2016. Although it is unclear where they are currently located, these studies have provided valuable insights into the lives and deaths of people in ancient societies, as well as the challenges they faced without modern medical treatments. The lives and deaths of Veronica and Johannes Orlowitz are not only a part of history, but also a testament to the great challenges people in that era endured. 2,000-year-old fetal mummy in tiny coffin. A remarkable archaeological discovery recently made at the Fitzwilliam Museum in Cambridge, UK, has shed light on many mysteries surrounding ancient Egyptian beliefs and burial rituals. British scientists discovered a mummified fetus in a tiny coffin just 17 inches long, about the size of a shoebox. The coffin was initially uncovered by archaeologists in 1907, and they believed it contained only the dried internal organs of a deceased person. However, after many years of study, the truth was revealed in an unexpected way. Initially, Egyptologists at the museum used X-rays to observe the contents of the small coffin, but the results were inconclusive. Several years later, researchers decided to use a CT scanner, and this breakthrough allowed them to discover the shape of a miscarried fetus. The CT scan results showed that the fetus had likely died at around 16 to 18 weeks of gestation. The most remarkable finding was that the fetus was positioned with its arms crossed over its chest, a posture typical of the dead in ancient Egyptian culture. Moreover, the intricacy of the tiny coffin and the elaborate decoration indicated the importance of burying unborn children in ancient Egyptian society. Previously, scientists had discovered other mummified fetuses in the tomb of King Tutankhamun, believed to have died at around 25 and 37 weeks of gestation. However, this 2,000-year-old fetal mummy, with perfectly preserved 10 fingers and toes, is the youngest fetal mummy ever found. Based on these findings, it is believed that the ancient Egyptians believed that even unborn children had the chance to experience life in the afterlife if properly buried. This reflects a significant aspect of their religious beliefs, where death was not seen as an end, but as a transition to another world. 3,000-year-old mummy found beneath a trash pile in Peru. Recently, archaeologists in Lima, Peru, discovered a mummy that is approximately 3,000 years old beneath a trash heap. The excavation was later carried out by students from San Marcos University, who were the first to uncover the mummy's hair and skull. Before starting the search, archaeologists had to remove about 17,600 pounds of trash from the area, a challenging but rewarding task when they uncovered these valuable artifacts underground. The mummy is believed to belong to the Manche culture, a community that lived around the Lima region from approximately 1500 to 1000 BC. The Manche culture is known for its distinctive architecture, especially U-shaped temples that were oriented toward the rising sun. Archaeologist Miguel Aguilar explained that the mummy was discovered in a tomb located in the center of a U-shaped temple. This suggests that the mummy might have been part of a religious ritual, possibly a person left behind or sacrificed during the final stages of the temple's construction. The burial practices of the Manche people were also unique. The body of the individual was laid flat, a practice typical of the Manche culture during the Formation era around 3,000 years ago. The mummy was wrapped in cloth made from cotton and plant fibers, a common mummification technique in many ancient cultures of Peru. Before the arrival of the Spanish conquerors, mummification was practiced by various Peruvian cultures. Each culture had its own methods of preserving the dead, often to protect the soul or to ensure rebirth into another world. Some mummies were buried with great ceremony, while others were placed in fetal positions to symbolize rebirth. In fact, during important festivals, these mummies were sometimes brought outside and paraded, reflecting their sacred role in society. This new discovery will undoubtedly help archaeologists better understand the development of ancient Peruvian civilizations and shed more light on the beliefs and rituals of the indigenous people who lived and left a deep mark on the history of the region. perfectly preserved mummy of an Austrian priest. Recently, archaeologists stunned the world with the announcement of a discovery: the perfectly preserved mummy of an Austrian priest who died in 1746 with no signs of decay despite being buried for centuries. The mummy was found in a crypt at St. Thomas am Blasenstein in Upper Austria, and the locals refer to it as Leather Franzi. The priest, named Franz Xaver Sidler von Rosenegg, was a prominent cleric in the 18th century, dying sometime around 1746. What makes this body particularly remarkable is its perfect preservation, despite being buried in a conventional manner without the use of ancient embalming techniques. Upon discovery, archaeologists noted that the priest's body was still dressed, particularly in the traditional Austrian lederhosen outfit. The marks on his body and clothing showed no signs of decomposition, a phenomenon that would be nearly impossible under normal conditions. This unusual find prompted scientists to conduct further research to understand why the body of an 18th century person appeared to have self-embalmed so perfectly. To answer this question, Dr. Andreas Nerlich, along with forensic scientists Peter Hofer and Oliver Peschel from the University of Munich, spent 10 months examining the mummy. The study concluded that the priest's cause of death was tuberculosis, not epilepsy, as some had initially speculated. The signs on his lungs provided evidence of tuberculosis and hemorrhaging. In addition, one of the more intriguing discoveries was a mysterious glass object found in the lower abdomen of the mummy. This is believed to be an instrument the priest used in his work before his death. Furthermore, the examination of his skin and bones revealed that he lived a comfortable life and did not engage in hard labor, though the soot marks on his teeth indicated that he was a heavy smoker. The mummy of Franz Xaver Sidler von Rosenegg has since been returned to the crypt for public viewing and tourism purposes. This discovery not only provides a fresh look at a little-known historical figure, but also opens up intriguing questions about the natural conditions and mysterious phenomena that science has yet to fully explain. Unembalmed bodies that haven't decayed for hundreds of years. Throughout the history of archaeology, unusual discoveries of perfectly preserved bodies that have not undergone any embalming processes have always attracted the attention of the scientific community. One of the most astonishing discoveries occurred in 1647, when the body of a man was found in a tomb at St. Andrew's Church in the small town of Venzone, located in the Udine province of Italy. What made this body, along with several others found later, particularly special was that it had not decayed despite being buried underground for centuries. The appearance of these perfectly preserved mummies left researchers astounded. By the 20th century, a total of 42 such bodies had been discovered in tombs within the Venzone churchyard. However, an earthquake in 1976 reduced this number to just 15. What sets these bodies apart from other famous mummies around the world is that they had never decomposed, even though they were not embalmed using either chemical or manual methods. Scientists have pointed out that these bodies share some common characteristics. They are extremely light, and the skin has turned a yellow-brown color, resembling leather. Their weight ranges from 22 to 44 pounds, and despite the passage of time, some internal organs are still largely intact, albeit changed to some extent. The discovery of these bodies in such a strange state of preservation prompted researchers to investigate further to find out why they had not decomposed like other bodies. One hypothesis is natural mummification. According to scientists, these bodies were not embalmed in the traditional way, like those in Egypt or Mexico, but instead underwent a natural dehydration process. One important factor that might explain this phenomenon is the presence of a parasitic fungus called Hypha tombicidia. This fungus was found in some of the bodies as well as in wooden coffins. It thrives in the damp environment of the tombs and has the ability to draw moisture out of the body's organs before they can decompose. This process helps the skin dry out and resist decomposition when exposed to air. However, some scientists suggest that, in addition to the help of this fungus, the surrounding limestone soil could have also played an important role in preserving the bodies. Limestone is a mineral that has moisture-absorbing properties and helps prevent decomposition, which may have been crucial in maintaining the integrity of these bodies for centuries. Despite the many hypotheses proposed, they remain just that, hypotheses, and the true cause of why the bodies in Venzone have not decayed remains a mystery that has yet to be fully explained. Research into natural mummification and the factors influencing body preservation continues to face challenges, particularly when it comes to observing and testing the natural elements that affect this process. Therefore, the strange mummies of Venzone remain one of the intriguing mysteries in archaeology, raising many unanswered questions. These discoveries not only provide a unique look into natural mummification processes, but also prompt us to contemplate the mysterious factors that may have existed centuries ago, which modern science has yet to fully explain. The mummified monk in meditation. You may not believe it, but in the world of Buddhism, many strange phenomena have left both scientists and the public amazed. One of these phenomena is the discovery of mummified monks who remain perfectly preserved, even after many years, or even centuries. These mummies are not only important historical relics, but also a testament to the miraculous preservation of the human body through special methods passed down from ancient times. One of the most notable cases is that of the monk Wu Yunqing from China. After his death, his disciples buried him in a special coffin, which was then transferred to a ceramic coffin and sealed carefully. Although he had died 17 years prior, when archaeologists excavated the tomb in December 2014, the body of Wu Yunqing remained nearly unchanged, with only slight shrinkage of the muscles due to dehydration. This led experts to consider the natural preservation abilities of the human body in a special environment. Records of the monk's life and spiritual practice have also been preserved, creating a story that is both mystical and fascinating. Not only in China, but a similar discovery in Mongolia also captured the attention of the scientific and Buddhist communities. In the Songanokirkon province of Mongolia, the mummified body of a monk seated in the lotus position was found. Experts believe this is the mummy of Dashi Dorjo Itagilov, a famous Buddhist monk born in 1852. What is remarkable is that this mummy has preserved its shape and posture even after about 200 years. Archaeologists discovered that the monk's body had not decomposed but was covered in a layer of cowhide. This has created a significant mystery, leading many to believe that this might be the result of a special preservation method or even a supernatural phenomenon. Another example of the miraculous preservation of a monk's body is the case of monk Fu Ho, who passed away at the age of 91 in China. Before his death, Fu Ho requested that his body be embalmed and preserved. After his passing, the monks at Puzhou Temple in Fujian Province, China, performed the embalming ritual, covering his body in charcoal and sandalwood. What is special is that Fu Ho's body remained in the meditation posture in the lotus position, and today, his body has become a revered symbol at the temple. The monks there even hold ceremonies to honor and protect his body from the ravages of time. These mummified monks are not only mysterious phenomena, but also serve as evidence of the respect and preservation of the physical bodies of Buddhist clergy. These discoveries have sparked many questions and debates about the unusual methods of body preservation, as well as the deeper meanings behind these phenomena in Buddhism. It is very likely that, in the future, further research on these mummies will help us better understand the miraculous abilities of the human body and the cultural and religious values they represent. 6-month-old baby mummy, frozen in ice. Greenland, the land of people, is an autonomous territory of the Kingdom of Denmark. Although geographically and ethnically, Greenland resembles an Arctic island connected to North America. Its history has strong ties to Europe. Greenland is the world's largest island, with 81% of its area covered in ice and snow. In a recent discovery, scientists accidentally unearthed an ice tomb containing the remains of an Inuit family, including 8 mummies. These ancient individuals are believed to have died around 1475 in Greenland. Astonished by this new finding, the research community has declared these mummies the best preserved ever discovered in North America. Among the 8 mummies were a 6-month-old baby, another older child, and 6 adult women. Notably, the preservation of the 6-month-old baby mummy has amazed scientists. Strange images show that parts of the body, including skin, fingernails, and hair, remain intact even after 500 years. Even tattoos on the foreheads, cheeks, and chins of all 8 mummies are still visible. After analysis, archaeologists hypothesize that the 6-month-old baby may have been buried alive with its family. Based on traditional Inuit culture, when a mother passed away, her newborn child would be buried alive beside her to avoid spiritual misfortunes. The freezing climate of Greenland is well known for its ability to preserve numerous archaeological artifacts. Excavations in the region have uncovered countless frozen mummies of both humans and animals. However, the recently discovered 6-month-old baby mummy has officially become the best-preserved mummy in North America. This mummy continues to be studied by scientists, while 4 of the other bodies are currently on display at the Greenland National Museum in Nuuk. If you have the opportunity, be sure to visit and admire them. The ancient world truly left us with so many strange and mysterious things, didn't it? And of course, the evidence lies in the mummies that archaeologists have recently uncovered. What do you think about today's discoveries? Please leave your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to give me a like and subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any exciting discoveries. Thank you, goodbye, and see you next time.